Guys, it is Kevin again. So we are back at the stomping grounds, Dorney Park. So today I have a good friend that I have not seen in 3 years that I met at Cedar Point a long time ago. It feels like for me. I'm gonna see her in a little bit. I already saw her, but you will see her in a little bit. I'm excited for this one. This is all for East Coaster Kings. If you're not in that group yet, better hit the add button because things are gonna get wild soon. Finally, Tracy. It's been 3 years. She is the helper on East Coaster Kings. I'm so glad to be back with her.
Ride warrior.
My buddy. I am excited. Let's ride some.
Let's ride
Let's
some.
do it.
You want to start off with
I have a freebie today. I get to do some cheating and getting on rides. Have a wait time and we just get on. First one up will be Talon, the Grip of Fear. My first invert. What number of invert would that be for you?
when we came here. Third.
Third.
Yep.
Pretty
and this
good.
will be my third ride on it.
Right on. And it's with a buddy. Woo!
Yes.
Number 3 is good sometimes.
We're here today, together.
Yes. My mistake. It's actually Hydra first. So we're gonna get on that. Then I don't know what we're doing next, but anything's good with me. Hi, bud.
We're just happy to be here.
Yes, same. Back at my old
Apologize
stomping
for the
grounds.
wind.
Yeah, so apologies for the wind if it sounds loud.
The wind is a jerk today.
Yes. We're gonna get on this now. Back at the old stomping grounds. Here we go. First ride of the day. Of course, always good, always. I'm a little disappointed because I feel like it is starting to age. Still doesn't take away from the ride element, but it's a little rougher than normal, so it is starting to age. But I'll always love Hydra. So I don't know what's next, but keep you updated. See you in a little bit. If you guys know me, you know how much I love Wild Mouse. Hear the sarcasm in my voice? Here we go. You guys remember my 120th roller coaster when I specifically said I do not like the Wild Mouse. This one gets me to go on it and then blames me on the ride how it's my fault that we're on it. No, it's not the case. It was not the case at all. It was 100% yours. Well, at least your family.
You were in the front. You were driving.
I drive better than that. I think so, at least. Don't comment below on that one.
Don't comment below on that one. Yeah.
We're getting a wait time for Talon now.
Woohoo!
First invert. Boom. Talon was great as always. It is such a memory lane roller coaster for me because that was my first inverted roller coaster ever. I finally got to ride with that one. It's awesome. So this is just this is a good day for me just because simply the fact that we're two big enthusiasts and we met 3 years ago and we finally are riding. So Talon was actually a little forceful today, I'm not gonna lie.
It was.
It was forceful, but no trim. And for those who have no idea what that means that there's no slowdowns, no brake.
It's like a stutter brake.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like a stutter brake. So it's like, I'm gonna keep going. Kind of like that. Yeah.
Reining
So this
in.
was just
Blunt
kept going.
forces to my feet, which normally doesn't happen.
Yeah, and honestly, I felt that too. I felt like a lot of force getting like just dragged down right to the tips of my toes. So it was sweet. So I think we're on our way down to Steel Forest right now, and I think before that we're gonna ride the Whip because it's apparently it's 100th season.
100th season.
It's pretty awesome. See you in a little bit. But since we were passing Possessed on the way down to Steel Forest, we might as well just hit this real quick. Me and Jeremy are gonna go on it real fast. Why not? Might do a twofer, we'll figure it out, but this is the only impulse coaster I've ever been on, and I still love it. I'm always gonna like this thing, and I'll never forget that this was the most underrated roller coaster that I've judged thus far. So here it is for Possessed. You know, it used to be called Voodoo. I don't know why they changed that, but yeah. Anyway, we'll drop the knowledge later. Let's get on Possessed.
You will be possessed in 3, 2, 1.
My impressions are still the same. It's exactly how I remember it this time, and Jeremy wanted to ride in the back. And I was like, oh yeah, sure. Never rode that before. That straightaway right up there, you hang like crazy. It is intense. Thanks for that.
That's good.
Thanks for that. Now we're going to Steel Forest. Riding solo on this one, and that's okay. I'm going to do it again later with everybody else. I cannot tell you the love I have for this roller coaster. It was the first roller coaster that ever made me like an enthusiast the way I am, so I need to ride. It looks like a little bit of a wait, but it's not as bad. Not as bad as I actually expected it to be. But I mean, you can't help it. It's the biggest one in the park. And it still hits home every single time. So here we go. So I just got off of Steel Forest. That thing is still, I'm just waiting for 1 year for it to not be as smooth as it is, since it's only been out since 1997. But it's still butter smooth, and it's still great. And it's still my favorite in the park. And it was still the first roller coaster I've ever ridden that got me into roller coasters the way I am. So definitely gonna be riding that again, probably a different seat and with the rest of everybody else we're with. You know, Tracy and everybody, her family. Oh, we're on our way back to Possessed now. I'm on my way back, so I'm gonna ride that again. Why not? So behind me, that big spot right there, used to be called the Stinger. It was another relocated roller coaster that was brought over here to Dorney Park and does not exist anymore. It did not last very long, and honestly, when I saw it, never been on it, but I can see why. Looked very boring, looked like every other Boomerang roller coaster that I've been on, so sucks for them, I guess. Lost money. So I guess, you know, in the meantime, I hope they build something way bigger and draws the crowd in even more than that did, because that didn't at all. Also, shout out to the guy who was in line for Possessed shortly before I met these fellas over here that you just saw. I appreciate all of you guys. I didn't know I was ever noticed ever, like in parks. I guess I am, so some people will voice their opinions. But I appreciate that, and again, thanks to the fellow in line for Possessed. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate it. Now, woo! Almost steel force this time. That was great. So we're probably gonna do it a third run, right?
Maybe.
At some point, I would like to. I think Thunderhawk will be next after this. So
Yes, Thunderhawk's next.
Thanks for all riding, guys.
Yes.
Woo!
Thanks for following our fun.
Yes, thank you very much. It was a great one. So for the record, that part was not my phone. The last part when we were actually on the roller coaster, that was not my phone. That was Jeremy's. He has some major guts bringing that on there with him. I did not, but he told me, hey, film this part of the vlog and I'll send it to you. So thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate that because it looked pretty cool. So that little car ride I just showed you, me and my dad used to ride that all the time, every single time we were here since I was a little kid. That holds a very deep place in my heart for me. I did ride it at least once or twice ever since he died. Got emotional, but it was nice to relive it, you know, in my own way growing up past the point that he died. So anyway, back to the positivity. Let's go ride Thunderhawk.
Thunderhawk.
Trivia time. You ready for this?
Yes.
Do you know who makes these trains?
Philadelphia Tobacco Company.
Boom! Got it. Philadelphia Tobacco Company. Boom. Do you know these trains are updated?
Yes, they are. They used to be a single seat with one bar and no seatbelt.
Single seat.
That's
That
when
was
it was
it.
fun.
It was like, they're bucket seats now like typical trains, but it used to be just one flat line for two people. So these are definitely smoother. Makes it a little less kidney beating. So let's ride. Don't you stick your tongue at me. Don't you stick your tongue at me. Who do you think you're talking to? Who do you think you're talking to? Huh? Oh, okay. This ride is 100 seasons old. And we are going to be riding it. This is the whip.
It's a piece of
And
history.
yeah, this is a piece of history. I've ridden this so many times I can't even count.
Yes.
But 100
100
years later, it's awesome. I'm gonna see if I can film this. If you don't see it, oh well. If so, awesome. Hopefully I can without getting in trouble. I'm gonna try. Round 2 for the Hydra. I'll probably do a third round too, because it's a walk-on. I love walk-ons. It's the spot after a long day. Still have, I think, Talon to do next. Might be my last one because this park's probably about to close in, I think, 45 minutes or so. Might hit that once or twice. I would go back down to Steel Force for a third time, but it's all the way across the park, so I don't want to do that. So I'm going to finish this beer, enjoy myself, and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Guys, unfortunately, my phone is starting to run out. So I am at 4%, about to get on Talon for the last time of the night, and I had a great day. So honestly, it's been long overdue to have ridden with Tracy, who is the administrator, the first administrator of East Coaster Kings. So I want to say thank you to her. So close out this video for us.
Okay, thanks for following along on our adventures today. It's been fun being with Kevin and having my family along. So if you liked this video and you liked anything you learned, heard, or seen, comment, subscribe, and follow us along. And don't forget, ride on and share your stuff too. And also, while you're at it, if you like roller coasters, go on Facebook and join our group, East Coaster Kings.
East Coaster Kings.
And also, thanks to these two for following along with the trip. I will talk to you guys in the next one.